Hey everybody, Kim here with Little Biz Resources, and today let's talk Etsy print-on-demand business versus Cafepress, Zazzle, or Spoonflower. And this is part of the How to Start a Business with No Money with Print-on-Demand series. All right, so first let's talk about marketplace definitions, and these are all marketplaces. Okay, so Etsy is a handcrafted vintage supply marketplace. Those are the kinds of shops that are on it. All sellers are third party. So they're not Etsy selling it. It's going to be sellers like me or you on Etsy, and sellers are responsible for the products, refunds, customer service, etc. Right? Etsy is just kind of like a, I don't know, babysitter for all of that. When you're on Etsy, these are both your customers and Etsy customers for now. And I say that because if you sell on Amazon by now, you know that your customers on Amazon are not your customers. Those are Amazon customers. Right? You may be a third party selling on their platform, but they have pretty much controlled all of the customers, and they even tell you, these are our customers, we're letting you be on our marketplace. Etsy's not that advanced yet, thankfully, and we still get customer information, and we can still invite customers to sign up to our email marketing and everything else. So it's a little bit different on Etsy than it is on Amazon, and that's what makes it kind of unique. Now, Cafepress, Zazzle, or Spoonflower are all marketplaces as well. They do gifts, home decor, personalized items, etc. Now, these types of marketplaces, actually, it's their products, right? So let's take Cafepress for an example, and we'll take a look at these. But Cafepress, let's say that you're going to get a mug off of there. That's their mug. They're either contracted with some other party or whatever, third party or whatever, to provide it. But they are it's their customers, right? That's everything is theirs. You just load your design into the products and permit them into the marketplace. So you kind of like load them up and you get to optimize it and everything else. But you are not responsible for the products. If somebody buys the product, you're not worried about making sure that your seller, your provider, your print-on-demand center sends it out, right? Because it's not yours. You're not working with them. It's their products. They're the ones handling it. So you just do the design, right? You're just doing the design. That's all you're doing. And you do not worry about refunds, shipping issues, etc. You just collect commissions. So we'll call these commission marketplaces versus Etsy, which is more of a true marketplace. So let's take a look at all of these. And I want to remind you, these are all marketplaces, so they all have a built-in audience. Right? People are going onto Etsy, they're going onto Cafepress, they're going onto Zazzle, they're going onto Spoonflower, and they're typing in what they're looking for, right? They're looking at the shirts, they're looking at whatever. Spoonflower is one that does fabric as well, so people are looking for fabric on there. And these are all ones that give you an opportunity to get your products and designs in front of people. It just varies on if it's your products or their products. And then, of course, your customers or their customers. So let's go ahead and take a look at these marketplaces real quick. Okay, this first one is Etsy, and more than likely you've been on it. You know somebody who's been on it. You've at least heard of it because Etsy's pretty big still, or now I should say. And this is, you can see already wedding gifts, wedding decor, bridesmaid gifts, personalized gifts, jewelry on sale. So you've got all these different elements that people can shop through. Now, typically what they're going to do is they're going to either come in, like Halloween is coming up, so they could come in here and hit Halloween. They could go to different categories and kind of narrow it down. But a lot of people will come in here and they'll type something in, right? And right now they say popular right now. You can see what's on here. So people are actually looking for a crystal advent calendar. So let's say they type that or they put that in, they select it, whatever. And they come in here and they'll see different crystal advent calendars, and then they can scroll through. Now, the first row in Etsy is always ads, just as an FYI, in case you don't like to jump into the ads. Scroll past the first row then. And you can come in, you can see that there's a lot of different, this is weird, I've never seen these before, so I don't know what they are. But okay, it's interesting, right? So here's one, advent calendar fillers, and then let's just go ahead and click into it. Make your own calendar, and you can see here that this is sold by Manifest and Magic. Now they have their own shop, right, with all of their own items on it. Etsy has nothing to do with these. Okay, so this is theirs and they're selling it. So now let's say that we wanted to do, and let's get out of this real quick and let's go into something more print-on-demand-y. We'll go into leggings, right? And in fact, let's do let's go into leggings and see if we can get an idea for narrowing it down. So a lot of these are going to be, Etsy doesn't necessarily go by most popular. Their algorithm is kind of strange. So we could say, well, they've got Christmas pattern leggings here. So let's narrow that down to Christmas leggings, right? Since Christmas will be coming soon enough. And it looks like they've got lots of different kinds in here, lots of different prices. So these are the ads again. So let's jump down here. And the $32.99, that's probably pretty close price to where we would be at in the first place. Now, of course, if we're going to be selling on Etsy, then we're using a print-on-demand company. And for us, which we'll talk about this a little bit more in a minute, we'll be using Printful. And Printful is our preferred print-on-demand company because they have all over prints and they have really good quality. You know, we've been testing them for a couple of years. We like it. That's the one we recommend. If you want to use a different one, you are welcome to. But our entire series of videos will focus on if you want to build your own shop and sell on Etsy, then use Printful. If you don't want to worry about this, use marketplaces, which we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so let's go into this one right here. I'm surprised that they are allowed to do this. I highly doubt this is licensed. So stay away for when we'll talk about designs, but I do recommend that you do not use licensed designs because you can get your shop shut down and you can end up having to pay fines and everything else. So it looks like this may or may be something maybe they have the fabric and they make them. I don't know. But at $35.99, that's probably pretty close, maybe even a little bit under where we need to be at. And you'll see that we have to price them pretty high for print on demand. And why? That's because we have to make up we have to pay them, right? And when we get into Printful, we'll talk more about this. But we have to pay them. So for the product, we have to make sure shipping is covered. We can pass that on through the customer, whatever. And of course, we need to make a profit and make sure all of our fees are covered, right? Our fees. Etsy has fees. And so because of that, that makes it so that it's a little bit pricey to sell your own products, period, to make a profit, but especially on platforms that charge fees. Now, Etsy has lower fees than, say, Amazon. But let's go to Cafepress and we'll take a look. Now, the difference, again, is that Etsy, these would be your own products, right? Cafepress, these are Cafepress products. And so same thing, you can see it's very similar. It's another marketplace just like that one where you can come in. It's, I guess, more like a mall than a marketplace, right? An online mall where you can come in or maybe just an online store. But you've got occasions here, and we could look at some Halloween gifts and see in here. And you can see that they don't have as many options. Like right here is an all over print. This one, it would be an all over print where you could do a pillow. This one's your photo here. So somebody's just put that in there or maybe they did, I don't know, to be able to sneak that into the options. But that's a lot of people coming here looking to put their own designs on. So it's not like Etsy where, yes, you can have personalization on Etsy and everything, and that's something we can always look at in the future for Printful. But for now, we're trying to do a fast, quick setup, get stuff out there as fast as possible, right? So anyway, you can come in here and you can look, you can see that here's a photo wall tile right here. That's funny. That's an actual design from a fabric that's at Joann's, I believe. But it's a very cool design, right? And so people may like that and they're like, oh yeah, I like this idea of a wall tile, so I'm going to go ahead and buy this. Well, somebody's loaded up this design just like you would. You create a design like this, you load it up onto a wall tile, and then people can find it on here and they can buy it. And you would make a percentage of whatever the amount is that, whatever it's set to be. And we'll go over that when we talk about these in more detail when we're loading up our designs. So that's Cafepress, and you can see that Zazzle here is very similar. Zazzle here it's not as easy to maneuver, I don't think. But anyway, we'll go Halloween's right here. So we'll take a look at Halloween. They've got some different things in here. In fact, which one was I looking at? I think it was this one, and they have like lampshades. I was like, oh, that's so cool. So my daughter's actually gonna go through and make some designs, and we're gonna test it out and see if an 8-year-old can do stuff. She can, trust me. And it's not just because she's amazing. It's because it's not hard. And we're going to show you how easy it is to do. A little time consuming. So here's one that's the paper plate. You could have your own paper plates designed, right? I mean, that's pretty cool. You could come in here and find unique paper plates that you don't have to design, right? And that's what people come here for. They come here for unique designs. Oh my gosh, that looks like an Alexander Henry design. Looks just like one. Okay. It's interesting what you find in here, and you're like, I wonder if they're designing for the same places, right? So you can see they've got face masks, they've got stickers, they've got This is wrapping paper. Wrapping paper is going to be very cool. And they've got, what is this one? Tissue paper and mugs and again, masks again and everything. So lots of different options on both of these marketplaces. And we're going to be designing for both of these plus some other ones. So now let's look at Spoonflower. All right, Spoonflower. Now Spoonflower is a little different because they were and have been, they actually just were purchased or merged or something with another company. So it'll be interesting to see how well that works out. But they have, their primary thing was fabric, and then they went into kind of like fabric and wallpaper. And then they started going into things like you can go into decor items. So you got throw pillows, throw blankets, curtains, wall hangings. You've got dining, tablecloths, tea towels, placemats. They've got bedding. And then, of course, you can design and sell, and that's what we'll be doing. And here's a great thing. You literally load up. So what we'll be doing is we're going to have to make files for all the other ones. But for this one, we just take our repeat file that we create, and we load it up. And we say, good to go. We have to get a test swatch sent to us, and then we could, basically put it for sale. So that's what's really neat about this. So we'll just go hit on all fabric real quick so we can just take a look at some of these. And you can see that they're all different kinds of designs. And really, there's no rules or rhyme or reason. If you think that it can sell, then it probably can. And you can put it on here. And that's the great thing about it. Obviously, we want to do some research and figure out what we want to sell. But if you have an idea, the way that we're setting this up is that as long as you have an idea and you can create the first piece, the first product, you can then test it on all of these different marketplaces, commission marketplaces, or if you want to design your own products, then on Etsy. All right, so which is better to sell on? If you want zero, completely zero, so no upfront cost at all, and you do not want to worry about cost-related refunds, you don't want to have to worry about shipping issues, customer service. That's the one thing that always cracks me up. I hear people say, I want to be in customer, or they don't say that. They say, I want to sell on Etsy. And then my sister and I share some horror stories about some customer service issues, and they go, well, I don't want to have to deal with that. And I'm like, what do you think you have to do when you own your own company? So if you're like, hey, I don't want to talk to people, I don't want to deal with customer service, I just want to sell products and make some money, then you just want to design stuff and put them on the commission marketplaces, right? If you want to own your own brand, you want your own customers, right? Etsy is what we're going to start with for those who want to provide their own products. We're eventually going to add on our own website or app. There's an app that we recommend that it's very easy to use, very easy to learn, and you can get up and running pretty quick. And you can build your entire store in that app if you wanted to, which is an app/website, or you can use it to support your Etsy shop as an example to help communicate, right? And we did an entire video on that if you're interested, but we'll talk more about that also as we get down the line. And of course, if you want your own brand, you want to capture customer emails, right? You're not going to get the customer information for Cafepress, Zazzle, or Spoonflower. That's their customers. If you want your own customers, you want to build your own email list, you want to market to them, you're going to want your own store, your own brand, your own options, which again, we're going to use Printful for that. And then we'll go ahead and build that onto Etsy. So what we'll cover in the next videos, how to design repeating patterns with either Photoshop or GIMP. So if you have Photoshop, just use it. If you don't and you don't want to pay for Photoshop, then just get GIMP. It's free. We'll have how-to videos for both of those. Then after we've done that and we've started to design our own products, we're then going to take those designs and use Power Automate Pro to create the file sizes we need for different products, right? Leggings versus a shirt, all over print, either one, different pattern sizes or different file sizes, I should say. So, 22 inch by 44 inch versus, 22 inch by 32 inch. And that's going to require you to have all of those different file sizes to be able to load up, whether it's on, Cafepress or Zazzle or versus Printful, right? No matter what, they're all going to have different file sizes. Now, you'll want to know before you start to use Power Automate Pro, because we're going to use Power Automate Pro to automatically create those designs. And if you've never used it, that's okay. It's free, right? It's free and very easy to use. So we will have step-by-step instructions. I mean, this will be, as long as you follow the instructions, it should be a beautiful process. Now, I will say that as of right now, at the time of this video, which is whatever day this is releasing, so on the 25th, and yes, it is 3:30 in the morning again, it's free for Windows 10 users, right? Now, in October, which is just right around the corner, Windows 11 is releasing. How that's going to work, I don't know yet, but we'll figure it out when we get there. This is an optional step. This isn't mandatory. It's an optional step. So if you didn't see our other video about this, I'm just kind of recapping all of this, right? So you'll want to know before you get to the Power Automate Pro, because if you have your own shop and you're doing Printful, those are different file sizes than the ones from the commission marketplaces, right? And if you want to do both, you're going to need all of the file sizes. So we'll have them all listed out, but before you start, you want to just plug them in. You just want to have the files, and we'll try to have downloads if we can. Don't know yet if that's going to be possible, but we'll at least have all the dimensions listed out and step-by-step instructions. That'll be really quick for you to make them up, right? So then after we've done that, we are going to have videos on how to use Printful for those who want to build their own business, plus how to connect Printful to Etsy. It's very easy to do, but there's a few things that you want to know. And of course, we have an entire Etsy series as well that will match right up with this. Then how to load the files to commission marketplaces like Cafepress, Zazzle, Spoonflower, and others. And again, we'll have those lists and everything probably by the next 2 weeks, within the next 2 weeks. Then after that, we'll do some marketing. And yes, believe it or not, if you're on a marketplace like Cafepress, Zazzle, and Spoonflower, you probably still want to do some marketing. And that's because these are big marketplaces. You know, somebody comes in and they put up a couple thousand designs. That times thousands of, you know, designers, you've got a lot of competition on there, and you want to make sure that yours stands out. To help with that, we're going to have to do some marketing. Now, how you want to do marketing is up to you. We'll have different ideas, and we'll give you step-by-step ways to do that. How you choose to do that is completely up to you. All right, if you have questions or you need information, post your questions and inquiries below. Inquiries? That's a weird word. I don't know why I used it again. Or you can hop into the Facebook group and ask questions, and then check our channel banner for the video schedule, right? Right now, I know this is Saturday that this is coming out, but we normally do print on demand videos on Fridays, and Saturday's kind of like I leave it open to add stuff in. So I wanted to do a follow-up to the marketplaces and give you guys some ideas on that before you jump into, hey, which one do I want? Now you can have a better idea of which one you want to do, right? So check our channel banner for the video schedule, and then join us on Thursdays for the live Q&A. And of course, if you do have questions, just please, please, please ask, because that helps us refine what we're teaching. It helps us know if there's areas that we need to expand more on, or if there's just, you know, something that's completely missing. So that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. And again, please reach out with any questions, and I'll have all the links in the description. So thanks again.